morning. This is Dr. S. Subbalakshmi, an assistant professor in the Department of Mathematics, SNS College of Technology. This is a lecture video series on the course Probability and Statistics, and now we are on to the topic of probability and statistics, under which we have learnt distributions. So distributions, in the sense we have learnt about discrete random variables and continuous random variables. So under which we have learnt four such distributions: binomial, Poisson, exponential and normal distributions. So here we are going to perform, our students are going to perform case study on the binomial and Poisson distributions. Now we have Rahul Ranjan, Mohan and Yukesh to perform binomial distribution case study here.
Good afternoon everyone, myself Rahul Ranjan PM. Today I am going to talk about binomial distribution case study under the scenario of product quality control. Let's take the scenario. A manufacturing company produces smartphone batteries. They want to monitor the defect rate to ensure it remains within the acceptable limits. Each battery has 2% probability of being defective. Now coming to the application of binomial distribution, the binomial distribution is used to model the number of defective batteries in a random sample of a fixed size. For example, if a quality control team inspects a batch of 100 batteries, the binomial distribution can estimate the likelihood of finding a specific number of defective batteries. So the cases under these binomial distribution is calculating the probability of finding 3 or more defective batteries in a sample of 100, setting thresholds for acceptable defect levels to trigger corrective actions, evaluating supplier quality by comparing observed defects with expected values. So the formula for binomial distribution will be So now let us take a sample case that X represents the number of defective batteries and N equal to sample space of 100 and probability will be 0.02. This will be the probability of defect. So the outcome will be the company can maintain a high product quality by identifying the deviation from the expected defect rate and addressing potential production issues early. So thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Tinu Harish. I am going to share a case study about applications of Poisson distribution. The Poisson distribution is used to model the number of times an event occurs in a fixed interval of time or space, given that the event happens independently and at a constant average rate. It is widely applied in various fields, including healthcare and medicine. Predicting the number of patients arriving at a hospital emergency room per hour, estimating the number of medical errors in a hospital over a month, business and customer service, counting the number of customers arriving at a service counter per hour, modeling call center traffic and transportation, estimating the number of accidents at a particular intersection in a day, predicting the number of buses arriving at a stop in a given time period.
Hello everyone, myself Saravana Kumar. I am going to talk about the real life applications of binomial distribution. Binomial distribution is commonly used in real life scenarios where there are two possible outcomes, success or failure, in a fixed number of independent trials. Some practical applications include medical trials. In a clinical trial, a new drug is given to 100 patients and each patient has 70% chance of recovering. The binomial distributions help determine the probability of exactly 80 patients recovery. Sports performance. A basketball player makes 80% of free throw if they take 5 shots in a game. The binomial distribution predicts the making exactly 4 shots. Thank you.
Now Rahul Ranjan has explained the properties of binomial distribution, under which he has given some properties on production company basis, wherein the successes trials and the failures trials have been noted, and his explanation was very nice. And moving on to the next boy.
I am here to share a few things about applications of binomial distribution. As you know, binomial distribution is a discrete probability distribution. In that, there is only two outcomes: success or failure, pass or fail, yes or no. For example, if a company is manufacturing a bulb, there will be a defective. If the rate of defective for a company is 5%, If we want to find the defective rate in 100 units, we can use the binomial distribution. If the medical company is introducing the immune system vaccine, it is tested to the patients as in a trial mode. If the succession rate is 80%, 8 out of the 10 patients can get the immune system. In this, binomial distribution is used. Next, we all know about history. History tells about the people who lives in the positive evidence according to the ages. In that history, we can predict the amount of inheritance under the traits of the human. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Sahani. I am here to discuss about the case study based on the binomial distribution. So the binomial distribution is a discrete probability distribution that models the number of success in a fixed number of independent trials, where each trial has a constant probability of success. Here is an example of how the binomial distribution is applied in medical research. Clinical trial for a new medication. Suppose the pharmaceutical company is conducting a clinical trial to test the effectiveness of a new medication for treating a specific disease. The trial involves 100 patients and the researchers want to know the probability of a certain number of patients responding to the treatment. So the parameters involved in these questions are the number of trials, which is n is equal to 100, and the probability of success will be 0.4 and the probability of failure will be 0.6. So the question is, what is the probability that exactly 40 patients respond to the treatment? So the formula for the binomial distribution is in this question, they given the x is equal to 40, so we substitute x is equal to 40. So the answer will be the 0.155. So the probability of exactly 40 patients responding to the treatment is approximately 15.5%. These probabilities can help the researchers understand the likelihood of different outcomes and make informed decisions about the medication's effectiveness. Thank you.
So for binomial distribution, we have seen two more case studies regarding the medicinal properties of the injections or the antidotes. So here, Tino and Mohan explained about the medicinal concepts wherein the viral injections, procedures and its failures or success rates have been confirmed here. So this is how we perform case study in binomial distribution under the course probability and statistics.